We are live. Let me send a link here.
No one's gonna watch this over with. So we might as only start talking when you post it.
No shit, I didn't rename it. Oh well. Whatever.
I'm gonna finally have a Discord picture, by the way.
Oh,
That's dope.
Fine. After
what the hell's... You got so much shit. Game booth cast? Where the fuck that at?
Who's Falcons in this league? Oh, the Mutt guy.
Sweet. Spine zoned linebackers allowed?
No, I'm pretty sure it has to be like a end, right? A D end or a rush end.
He basically, I think he means like if a linebacker's in cover 2, can you just put him into a...
No, that's not how it works.
No.
You have to put one of the people rushing.
Yeah, it's got to be a rush player. That would be an awkward situation. But anyway, we've got a Baltimore kickoff there for a touchback, which means Indianapolis is set here to receive it at the 25-yard line. Coming into the game, the big storylines here will be Indianapolis is out without their star wide receiver. Is Deion Kane out or is it T.Y. Hilton?
Wait, Andrew Luck's out?
Andrew Luck is out.
Oh,
yes.
I heard.
Oh.
I
I didn't know about that.
Yes. So they're gonna have to lean on the run game.
A lot.
Hopefully Jacoby Brissett can carry this team to a championship, much like we saw Nick Foles do it a couple of years back. I don't know if Jacoby Brissett's at the caliber of that, but it'll be.
We'll find out today.
Yeah, Deion Kane, actually the leading receiver in the NFL, is hurt. So Indianapolis comes out in a 2 tight end set. They're going to hand it off to Marlon Mack off the left edge, and Terrell Suggs, T-Sizzle's going to stop him there for about a gain of 1.
Isn't Lamar Jackson is healthy, but we don't know if he's starting yet, correct?
Yeah. I think he's.
So that'll be interesting when the Baltimore gets the ball next. Mm-hmm. See who comes out at quarterback for them.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's
2 completely different styles.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's been red hot. So Indianapolis is going to come out in the shotgun. Hines to the right of Brissett. Pascal back to the only one to the right. Brissett's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look. He's actually going to scramble out there, and he's going to be held up and actually sacked there by Terrell Suggs as he was looking to break the pocket but just couldn't wrap away from him. I think it was Brandon Williams there got a hold of him, and Terrell Suggs just finished him off. And that's going to set up 3rd and long for the Colts, and that is not exactly what you want there if you've got Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, on 2 plays you've seen basically face guarding the wide receivers. He looks like he's going to try to make Jacoby Brissett make a play. Because not having Luck is a huge plus side for the Ravens defense.
Mm-hmm. And
there's a false start.
Yeah, we're going to have some action there. Playing in the Baltimore Stadium there, hostile environment here in this AFC Championship game. Baltimore earned it. You know, they went 15-1 on the year. Their only loss comes into the Steelers, while as the Colts had losses to the Jaguars and the former Texans user Big Joe. So that sets up even
We don't talk about Big Joe anymore.
That sets up 3rd and 2 sticks here with Brissett in the gun. He's going to make some adjustments here at the play.
Looks like they're running some dagger concept.
And Brissett's going to drop back to throw. He's got time. He's looking. He's fired. He's doing deep.
Was that
and
caught?
That's going to be one-handed catch by T.Y. Hilton. Wow. What a catch there by T.Y.
I'm pretty sure that was one-handed, too.
That's incredible.
That's
for a guy that's not that big.
That's good D.
Up for it.
That's just a better catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great catch.
That's a hard.
The defense was all over that.
And for the Colts, their keys to win, they're going to need to have some of these matchups against a Baltimore secondary. And it's going to be...
Oh, he set the pressure!
And intercepted there by the...
That's C.J. Mosley.
C.J. Mosley, he is
C.J. Mosley.
He sent the safety blitz off, and it was never picked up, and he was hit through.
Yeah.
Safety
So
came right off the
an
edge.
extension, I believe, as well.
Yeah, he just received a huge 5-year deal where he's going to be paid he's going to be one of the highest paid linebackers in the league. So great for him. You make those big contracts, you hope they pay off. So no better time than the playoffs for a chance to win the Super Bowl. And it's still going to be Lamar Jackson is going to be at quarterback with Ty Montgomery beside him in the gun. He's going to try and get a hard count there. No good. And it's going to be a read option Lamar off the left edge. He's going to make a move. Breaks a tackle there, but then is drugged down there for a gain of about...
Not sliding is kind of interesting this early in the game.
Especially
coming right off an injury, just running right into him.
And it looks like we've gotten word on the sideline that the Colts are looking to... they're not going to... We were going to say their defensive line coach was telling them to get aggressive and jump the snap as the Colts' signature move, but they were unable to do so.
I'm not sure about that one. He already fake hiked on the first play.
Yeah, and it looks like it looked like the...
Yeah, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah. And
he's already fake height. Wow, he didn't drop him off sides.
Lamar's going to make some plays at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be handoff to Alex Collins
he
on the
missed
inside
the play
zone.
In the back.
That sprint and a good move, too.
Yeah.
Good
he had
move.
the play in the back. Oh, C.J. Mosley's hurt, but he'll probably return.
Just a strain. He'll be back.
Yeah, that was a huge move. The Colts sent a linebacker straight through the gap, but he got a little too hit happy there, I should say, looking for initiate the contact. Just whiffed. He was trying to go for the big play, and Alex Collins was able to get up, make a quick move, and get a first down. Now we've got Lamar under center again here. We got Ty Montgomery behind him in the single back. He's going to go again, and we're going to have some movement up front there. It looks like it was actually on the Ravens' offensive line, even though it appeared the Colts...
maybe he turned his option defense on aggressive.
Yeah. It was
because he would have been drawn off sides by now unless Madden is just weird. Or being weird, I guess.
And he's known for his aggressive pass rush abuse.
Yeah, if you don't test... If you play Trevor next year and you don't test him for aggressive pass rush, he will eat you alive.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to come out with the signature Ravens bunch formation. Very, very tough to defend. Lamar's going to make a quick check down there. Going to change the play a little bit. See what they're coming up with. He's going to fake the handoff to Collins. Lamar dropping back to throw. He's looking, scrambling now.
He doesn't have a check down option. He's going to have to throw it away.
Yeah, so it's a quick, smart move there by the rookie, actually, to avoid a huge sack that puts him out of a potential field goal striking range. You know?
He's definitely listening because he went to the option defense.
Yeah, and he's going to.
Why don't you focus on the game and not listen to the commentary? Just a little tip and trick.
So 2nd and 15.
I did that in the Super Bowl too, in a Super Bowl too, and I ended up losing. So.
Oh yeah, you lost to what was his name?
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Last second Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary.
Yeah, because I was listening to the thing. So
it's going to be a handoff up the middle to Alex Collins, only good for about 2. That's going to set up 3rd and 13 now for a team that also has some quarterback issues. But before Lamar Jackson is hurt, he was a borderline MVP candidate there. We saw that award go to Mitch Trubisky, who's playing excellent now.
He had one mishap against the Saints, but the run game and Jordan Howard were able to push us through that game.
So it'll be interesting now to see what Baltimore comes out with. They're going to come out in the gun. Mark Andrews to the left of the line, 2 wide receivers left. John Brown, the only receiver, to the right. Lamar Jackson in the gun, drops back to throw. He's looking, got all the time in the world. He's looking now. He's going to scramble out to his left to avoid the pressure, looking to extend the play, and he's going to fire over the middle, and that's going to be caught there by the tight end.
That's a Lamar Jackson play right there.
That's an excellent.
Wait till the last second, buy as much time as possible.
Yeah, and this Colts pass rush, outside of Jabal Sheard, they necessarily aren't entirely too strong. If you're going to see any pressure, it's going to be typically Jabal Sheard on the left tackle there, Ronnie Stanley. If it's uncomfortable for a right-handed quarterback to roll to the left and then throw all the way across his body. So if he's scrambling and has to make that throw every single time, you're sort of taking it. You don't want to you want to keep Lamar Jackson contained in the pocket. If Indianapolis is going to have any chance of winning this game, they're going to have to keep Lamar in the pocket and make him beat him deep. as we're going to send Mark Andrews in motion there. It's going to be fake the handoff over. Lamar stepping back. He's dropped. He's got all the time in the world.
Yeah, wow. No
he's
pass
just gonna
rush.
look to run there.
Oh!
He's gonna spin move.
Oh, what a
Lamar
spin.
Jackson.
He almost got the first, I think.
Wow.
And he's actually gonna come up with the first there. They're gonna mark him ahead of the
Well, that was
sticks.
a favorable spot.
That
I'm kind of with Trevor on that one. That probably should have been third or second at least.
Do you remember the viral video of Lamar Jackson back when he was in high school? I believe.
Yeah, the stop.
Yeah. I mean, this
imagine
guy's
if he
got
pulled that out
moves
right
on
now.
Moves. It's ridiculous. And let's see, we're gonna make some adjustments now. I believe the Colts defensive line is getting aggressive here inside the goal line, inside the 5. They're only playing a 4-man front, while as Baltimore kinds of counter with their 3-back set and their big bruising running back.
He
Gus
did
Edwards,
jump,
and
but
he jumped, and it's gonna be a power
gonna-
concept there, and got hauled up on some linemen. Interesting play there. That should have worked 9 times out of 10 for the Baltimore offense.
Yeah, it looks like the guard was kind of slow off the snap. Maybe he thought the guy jumped.
Mm-hmm.
Just got off slow, and then he kind of blew up the whole play by running into his own guard.
Mm-hmm. As it looks like Baltimore's going to send out their 3 tight end set here with a running back and wide receiver. As Indianapolis is going to counter with I believe to be a 4-man front, or 4-3. They're going to bring that safety up on the right-hand side. The Ravens going triple tight to the right. Michael Crabtree, the only one there to the left. Going to send a tight end in motion to the left. Colts are going to slant their defensive line. It's going to be a handoff up to Alex Collins up the middle, and he's going to get stopped behind the line there for a loss of about 2. Whole host of Colts there on that tackle.
Their goal line can be tough. A lot of teams struggling.
You never run up the middle when you're running goal line like that in Madden. It never works.
Yeah,
You got to run a toss or something.
The Colts didn't come out in a goal line set and all that.
It's always depends, to be honest, because you can run dives a lot. Dives are one of the best plays in Madden, to be honest, if you mix them in correctly.
Yeah,
but this is where Lamar can be very dangerous on the goal line because he can extend plays, he can make plays, and he can get in an end zone himself.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when you really have to put a spy on.
And Ravens are going to come out with that bunch set to the right. Ty Montgomery, a very, very versatile pass-catching back there. Lamar's going to step back to throw. He's going to fire, and it's going to be incomplete there. They look to hit the slant, but Lamar just flat-out missed it.
Yeah, that's what you get with Lamar sometimes. He's just going to miss throws like that.
Yeah, correct. Lamar just flat-out missed him. He was wide. The wide receiver looked like he was open on the goal line there. Schematically, it was the right play, but the rookie just misfired, and you're going to have that. So then in Baltimore, Mr. Automatic Justin Tucker kicks that up and through and good. So we're going to have a Baltimore lead 3-0 as the ensuing kickoff goes straight through the goalpost. Good enough for a touchback there, and that sets Indianapolis up for at their own 25-yard line.
I feel like this is an important drive. It's not even to get points, but just to move the ball. You don't want to give the Ravens good field position again.
Mm-hmm. This will be important because you don't necessarily want to come out and turn the ball over and have them in plus territory, as the defensive line of the Ravens are going to absolutely eat that one alive.
Was that Pierce?
Yeah, Michael Pierce.
Michael Pierce is blowing up the line.
Yes, this Baltimore defensive line is aggressive and very, very physical when compared to that Indianapolis Colts line, who they might be more of a pass protecting line than run blocking. The Colts actually led the NFL in passing yards, averaging 417 per game.
That's a ridiculous amount.
Andrew Luck.
Oh my God!
They're gonna have a.
Was that aggressive pass rush? Because all four rushers got a block shed.
They tried to develop a long play action play there, but all 4 guys broke free.
Yeah, that's some of the worst pass block I've ever seen, to be honest, in Madden.
Especially from such a good
or in football, anyways. Right, just all 4. Like usually you see like 2, 3 get through, but all 4, that's rough.
Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna set up another 3rd and 17. Does Indianapolis have one up their sleeve? We're gonna see Brissett.
Trevor's gonna try to hit the post most likely,
and I'm not quite sure. Is he making more than one hot route there? I have no idea.
I think he was faking him.
He's gonna drop Brissett back to pass, and it's gonna be incomplete there. Huge play there by Jimmy Smith to break that one.
Yeah, that was great D.
Baltimore looked like they brought an extra guy, and Brissett barely got it off. It looks like Baltimore's game plan is just to stay aggressive, get pressure on Indianapolis and that backup quarterback, and make him,
This is exactly what I was talking about with the field position.
Montgomery is going to have a huge return there, setting him up at the Colts' own 35-yard line as they're right in field goal range again. This is not the game you want to play if you're Indianapolis after, you go throw a pick and then you have a 3-and-out and they get the ball, very, very plus territory.
I'd say for the Colts here, if you force another field goal, you're pretty happy, to be honest.
Yeah, you have to keep this a one-score game, though.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have a long
Collins gets the edge and puts a nasty
and he's going to have another juke on him. He's going to be wide open as that's a touchdown. Baltimore imposing their will on that soft Colts front. It
just looks like he's just a bit off on his tackling, just a tiny bit, and it's costing him.
A little bit too aggressive, them big game jitters. We've heard rumors of Indianapolis looking to add pieces to that defense.
You can definitely see why.
They've got a soft underbelly. It's that's nothing more to it. They're getting bodied at the point of attack, and this Ravens offensive line is one of the better ones in the league, and they certainly are making mincemeat out of that Colts front.
Yeah, this defense relies a lot on, I would say, more chemistry, knowing that just running out all the plays right instead of individual talent.
Mm-hmm. And they've got playmakers on that front. No question about that. They've got Malik Hooker, the rangy ball hawk. They
have some nice linebackers, but they just have a few pieces. They don't have enough.
Yes, as Brissett's going to drop back to pass. He's going to fire over the middle. It's going to be incomplete there.
What a play by that linebacker.
It was Darius Smith, and we're going to have a holding call on that.
I'm surprised TCU didn't decline it. He's more of a person that would decline penalties like that.
And that's going to why not set him up for 1st and 20 rather than
that's
2nd
true.
and 10? If you're playing a inexperienced, inaccurate quarterback, that's
that's true.
Caliber of luck.
Make him pass.
Yeah, you can really have those that defensive front pin their ears back and just straight rush. As we're going to come out and they're going to look to set up the screen on that play. It's going to be a dump off to Hines, who just lost his footing, I think.
It looked kind of like a possession catch.
Yeah, it looked like that's what it actually looked like, to be honest with you.
I don't know why. I don't know if Trevor accidentally was that the button and he accidentally pressed X too many times because he was trying to throw. I don't know.
Maybe, but
it looked like he just fell and caught it.
Yeah, not where you want to be if you're in this Indianapolis.
Definitely not the spot that you care about securing the catch.
Yeah, that one you'd be lucky to just get back to the play.
You'd almost rather drop
scrimmage. It. As it's going to be 2nd and 24 now, as not only do you're moving backwards here for Indianapolis, and this can get out of hand real quick if you are unable to move the ball, and they're going to scramble out there with Brissett, and that's going to be a sack. Easy money. Matthew Judon's already got 1.5.
This defense is eating.
3 sacks already, and we're not even out of the first quarter. I mean, at some point, you've got to stop trying to go for the long ball if you're Indianapolis, and maybe just move the ball with some short.
You got to get Brissett in rhythm. Hit a few quick passes.
Yeah,
he tried to with the screen, though. I'll give him that. He tried
to. But if you're trying to throw the ball 20 yards every single play, you're going to lose.
Force him to consistently hit those deep balls.
It's going to be completely overthrown. T.Y. Hilton had a step on Eric Weddle there. That's the matchup you want to get.
That's definitely a matchup.
They still have their 2 very, very solid tight ends, which are underutilized by this Colts regime. 2 very talented borderline Pro Bowl tight ends. They've got T.Y. Hilton. They've got a plethora of backs that are healthy now that can certainly take the load off of having Deion Kane, the leading receiver, and Andrew Luck, the leading passer out. It's almost like karma hit him in a way. But here we go. Same story again. Punt return by the Ravens sets them up at the Colts' own 39-yard line here, up 10-0. If you're Baltimore, anything in the playbook's good at this point. You haven't really missed much offensively. You've been moving the ball pretty well, establishing a rhythm. Here, it's just you don't want to turn the ball over and give them any sort of momentum, as they're going to line up in double wing set here. The tight ends is going to be a handoff up the middle to Alex Collins, who's just going to fall forward, keeps the legs moving for 7, and that's 5 rushes for 50 yards now, and a score for Alex Collins. He had received that big payday there for Baltimore. And he's getting his money in the playoffs here. How many times have we seen a back like LeGarrette Blount break out in the playoffs and really put a team on their back to, help propel them?
Yeah, it's usually those more power backs that just go off in the playoffs. I don't know why.
It's a long season. The tough guys prevail. You got to beat a team mentally and physically at this point. And it's going to be a handoff there to Collins again. And Baltimore's going to wrap them up there for a loss of 2. Good play there by the linebacker. Not quite sure of his name. Or maybe
I don't know who 48 is, to be honest.
Baltimore loving that 3 tight end set again, like an overload formation. But as opposed to real life, where teams normally would shift the way overload, they're actually shifting to the left, which is not quite realistic at all in terms of defense. But that's why I'm up here in the booth and not coaching, folks. A
lot of times when people in Madden run trips, though, they do run. They will run to the opposites. Not trips, but trip tight ends. They usually run to the opposite side because kind of overloaded in Madden.
As Lamar's going to drop back, he's going to dump it off to Ty Montgomery, who makes a big play there in the passing game. As that's good for about 10. As now we're seeing, this is why that Baltimore offense is, really successful with a rookie quarterback. They don't necessarily have one superstar on that offense, but they've got a lot of very good players that elevate the play of Lamar Jackson. As you've seen, you've got the sledgehammer, Alex Collins, to run between the tackles, run up, around, over. And then you've got Ty Montgomery, who's a very versatile back he has a good blend of running the ball, but also catches the ball very, very well, being a former wide receiver. It's going to be another read option here for Lamar, who's going to...
He's taking some hits with Lamar. He's going to fumble.
He's
gonna fumble.
He's asking for a fumble or an injury or something.
Yeah, it looked like he had sort of almost spun out, but
I honestly don't think he's scared of an injury, but I think he's scared of a fumble. Because if an injury happens, Flacco comes in, he's been killing with Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
But if a fumble happens, let's say a fumble touchdown, it's back to 3-point game, and that's huge.
That's correct. Yeah, and you don't want to necessarily lose your momentum, as we're going to take this all the way to the second quarter now. Baltimore up 10-0 in striking distance at Colts' own 27-yard line here. I think your game plans, if for whatever reason Lamar Jackson were to struggle here, I think he'd almost have a quick trigger to put in Joe Flacco. But all Lamar's got to do at this point is his defense is playing lights out. The players around him are making big plays. You can't think of a much better start here if you're the Ravens. This is sort of how we kind of all envision it. It's not what you want to do if you're the Colts. As Lamar's going to come out under center now. Alex Collins behind him in the line, and he's going to hand it off the right tackle there, as that's going to be a loss of about 1. That Colts defense really playing well on some run plays. They've been coming up with negative ones, but it seems like it's either a negative play or a huge chunk play for that running game.
Yeah, besides that one play where Alex Collins drove his person forward 10 feet. Besides that, it's been all chunk plays or nothing.
Mm-hmm. As we're going to see a single tight end set now, as Lamar Jackson's going to drop back to passing. Look, fire over the right side, and that's going to be wide open. John Brown, who's actually going to be injured on the play, but nonetheless, that's a touchdown again. That's going to, put this Baltimore team up 16-0 pending the extra point. Mr. Automatic behind there. The kick's going to be up.
He had a huge game in the last game, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Did he have 213 yards or something like that?
Yeah, he's been, and it's going to be some back spasms. Hopefully he'll get his return here soon.
I remember seeing a team report about that.
He has another good game today. The Ravens are going to give him a second look for a contract extension.
Yeah. For that, it looks like, John Brown he's always been a big play guy, He ever since he was in the league with the Cardinals, he's always been making very, very big plays. And he could be just like you see that last Super Bowl run the Ravens had. I'm trying to think of some of the guys they had on that team that weren't necessarily stars, but just very good players that stepped up come playoffs.
Yeah, on offense, they didn't really have many stars.
I want to say Anquan Bolden was on the team still.
Bolden's still there.
I'm trying to think. But nonetheless, this is almost similar to that same exact team, They've got just a bunch of really solid guys, but that defense, while they don't have Ray Lewis, they've got C.J. Mosley, and that's just very good, as well as we're going to see Brissett get instant pressured there. They cannot handle that defensive front.
I don't know if he's checked. I think he's checked for aggressive. If the Ravens D-line is just eating this much, that's tough.
It reminds me of that Cardinals Saints game,
Yeah,
That Saints
just
front,
like that game.
that Saints front was absolutely eating the Cardinals alive. As we're going to see Brissett drop back again.
Oh
Going to be
no!
intercepted.
Oh,
Oh
picked
no,
off again.
Tony Jefferson. You know, this team, their strength is not the quarterback. It's not trying to chuck the ball around the field. They've got to try and come up with something with Naeem Hines and Marlon Mack and at least establish some sort of run game. Because if you keep turning the ball over, Baltimore's going to grab a huge lead very, very quick.
Yeah, this momentum in favor of the Colts is ridiculous, or the Ravens is ridiculous.
Yeah, and here we go.
Like,
Just
2
like
plays,
said, 33-yard line. They haven't made Lamar Jackson drive down the entire field. He's all been set up here where he can work. Well, they don't necessarily.
Well, he did the first drive, and then he only set up for a field goal.
Pass, and that's going to be incomplete there. I think if you're the Colts, you want to make Lamar Jackson beat you, but you're beating yourselves right now.
I would say the Colts defense isn't playing bad.
No, they've just been put in very bad
situations. They gave up a
situations.
touchdown on a third down where he said he backed off his corner, but whatever happened, he caught the ball. And then he gave up that long touchdown run. But besides that, Lamar hasn't drove the ball. It's just been all field position that's been given up by this Colts offense.
I think all their scoring drives have started on the Colts side of the field.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the Colts got the ball first.
Yes, and it was
I forgot about that. So because he got that interception on the first drive, I forgot about that.
So Baltimore's going to come out here with their 2 tight end set. They're going to hand it off to Alex Collins up the middle, and that's going to be a huge tackle there.
Yeah, like we said, their defense isn't playing bad, but this offense is just not helping their defense at all.
Interesting, they counter a 2 tight end set and a nickel defense. You'd think traditionally they might want to go out in their base for personnel there, but again, it was 2nd and 12. More often than not, that's a passing play, so you can't really blame them there. As we're going to see Lamar Jackson in the gun again. We've got Willie Snead, single receiver to the left, Mark Andrews to his left as well, Ty Montgomery to the right of him, gun, 2 receivers out to the right. Lamar's going to drop back to throw. He's going to dump it off there.
Oh,
it's going to be a pick by the Colts defensive lineman.
Oh, he pressed the wrong button. That's a huge play, though.
That's just what the Colts needed there.
Well, if he at least could have got that sucks that bad and turned him around. That's tough.
That could have been 6 if Madden didn't intervene.
I mean, it probably wouldn't have been 6 because it's a D lineman, but he would at least been like the 40, 30, maybe even the 20. Maybe 6.
We're going to fake the handoff again, and he's going to try and...
Oh, my God.
Wow.
What a catch. Was that Ryan Grant, the player that he says Deion Kane's better than?
Yeah, that was the guy that started that Deion Kane started over.
That dude probably has 3 concussions if Madden was realistic.
Yeah, still not many run plays here for Indianapolis. They're living and dying on the 3-ball almost like a basketball game.
I almost think he's coming out like 17 points realistically isn't that much.
Yeah.
I think he's coming out thinking I gotta score when realistically just play your game, focus, make the right reads, run the ball.
Yeah, and just
like there's still 9 minutes left in the second.
Yeah,
like,
keep it from getting out of hand. Time. You start throwing.
You just force the turnover, and your defense is playing great.
Yeah, as Brissett's going to drop back the pass here, avoid some pressure. He's going to scramble.
He had a man in the end zone there.
Yeah, in the corner.
Wow, he must not have seen him. He's getting. That's the thing. You get triggered.
If he high pointed that.
Yeah.
If he high pointed that in the back of the end zone, it probably Brissett probably would have thrown it incomplete, but at least he would have had a chance.
Yeah, all that pressure.
Getting points here is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge for the.
You can't turn the ball over.
Just to know that you can score and just to be like, look, like we're in this game. Let's get the dub.
We're going to see Brissett now on 3rd and 10. Not the ideal situation. He's going to drop back to throw. He's going to step up to scramble, and the Ravens are right there.
Ryan Grant with another good catch.
Again. Maybe he's been playing the wrong guy at wide receiver the entire year.
Ryan Grant's eating right now.
More like a Big Joe fadeaway jump shot on that play there. As kick's going to be up, and it's going to be good, just barely squeaking through it. As long as it counts, as long as it's through them uprights, it counts just the same.
3's a 3.
Yeah, so that's going to settle the score here, 17-3, Baltimore up, with 8 minutes and 26 seconds left here in the second quarter. I think if you're Baltimore, that pick certainly hurts a little bit, but it doesn't derail your momentum. For Indianapolis, it just says, we've made it this far to the AFC title game. We might actually have, a chance here. We don't doubt ourselves as one of the only people that think they can win. All that matters is the man in the arena, and that's the Colts right there. That's all they need. If you're Baltimore, I think sticking to your run game, continuing to control the clock, and limit Lamar Jackson having to put the offense on his back will go a long way here. As we're going to see Baltimore line up in a double tight with John Brown also to the right. Actually, it's going to be, a bunch formation to the right. Michael Crabtree, the only receiver, out to the left. Lamar Jackson under center with Alex Collins behind him. They're going to send a tight end in motion. And off the Collins up the middle. And he's been the horse. Feeding this guy, it seems like he's picking up a first down every time he runs the ball, as that's good for about 9.
This is if the Colts going to stop here, he's easily in the game. Easily.
You have to get the stop first, though.
Getting the stop is huge.
As we're going to see Baltimore going to come out. Tight end to the right, 2 wide receivers to the right as well. To the right of Lamar Jackson, Michael Crabtree, the single receiver. Lamar Jackson under center. This time, Ty Montgomery behind him in the backfield. They're going to fake the pass, drop back to throw, and it's going to be a short check down there to Ty Montgomery, and that's good enough for a first down. They looked that they had a more deeper, intermediate crossing route there open, but the check down is just as good. First down on the scoreboard. As Colts are going to look to send some pressure here. They're in the double A-gap defense as the Ravens are in a single tight end set, 3 receivers to the left, and then Alex Collins behind Lamar Jackson again. As time's ticking down now for the Baltimore, and they're going to actually hand it off to Alex Collins up the middle again, and he's going to be stopped for only gain of about 1. Just as we had said, Alex Collins has been hitting the chunk plays. Indianapolis stepped up and made a play there in the run game. We saw Baltimore actually, take their time as they're not in a rush at all. They've built a 2-touchdown lead. I think if you're them, for them to cut this clock in half is even a win for the drive. Let alone grab any points.
Especially because the Ravens get the ball at half.
Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily on a full-blown attack mode, as we're going to see Lamar fake the handoff there and just dump it off to Ty Montgomery, who's going to hurdle the air for almost a first down there. That's going to set up 3rd and 1. So
you really have to get a stop here if you're the Colts.
Yeah, a big play here. I think a blitz would be in order if I'm Indianapolis. I think I want to get pressure regardless of whether it's a pass or a run. You've been running the ball very well, but even a 1-yard gain that you've been getting works for Baltimore in this situation, as they're going to line up with a bunch left now. 2 tight ends out there with Michael Crabtree, John Brown, the single receiver to the right, Ty Montgomery behind him in the gun, as Lamar's going to change the play to the shotgun here, as Baltimore's going to have to counter their defensive-wise. He's going to drop back the pass, fired over the middle to Mark Andrews, who's wide open there for the first down. It looked as if the Colts sent 2 of their linebackers there, which left the middle of the field wide open for Mark Andrews to move the chains.
Yeah, I would say even bigger than getting, you have to get a stop for points, obviously, but this clock is draining. And because you already seen him throw picks when he has all the time in the world. And now if he has 2 minutes, do a 2-minute drill, that could get bad.
Mm-hmm. As we're going to see Lamar Jackson in the gun now, Ty Montgomery to his left. Colts are going to counter here with their nickel defense, 2 linebackers, 4 DBs in the game here. As they're going to drip the clock down to 8 seconds. It's going to fake the handoff, and it's going to go deep over the middle of Mark Andrews, who's going to have it.
It's a good breakup by Malik Hooker.
Yeah,
great breakup. Hooker.
He's got his hand in deep, rangy safety who made the stop the big play.
Trevor has defied all his haters, all the odds to get here. I believe he can get this stop. If Trevor's still listening, you can get this stop.
we'll see what he can come up with here as things have certainly almost been snowballing out of the way. A stop here would go a long way as it would force a very, very long field goal. As they're just going to hand it off to Ty Montgomery, who's going to fall forward there for about a gain of 1 or 2. He's going to come up.
Ooh, he's going to be slow to get up.
Yeah, he looks like he's holding his knee or ankle, something with his leg there.
Yeah, he's like curled up in the fetal position.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's doing.
That's not good. That's going to actually set up a 3rd and 9 now, as it looked like Baltimore was just, trying to play field position with that one. But as we say that, the clock is now stopped. We had making that a big point of emphasis here, as we're going to see Gus Edwards now is in the backfield there. Lamar Jackson behind him, and he's going to.
Is that the first time he got him?
Yeah. Yep. That's very easy. You've got to check Trev for that aggressive pass rush, cheese, and there you go.
You got to check everybody, to be honest, because you don't check it. Yeah. A lot of people just leave it on the entire game. So if anybody's watching, that's more of like you didn't make the playoffs this year. You got sacked a lot. Just check for aggressive every once in a while. A lot of people just leave it on the entire game.
As Baltimore now comes out in that bunch set, Gus Edwards again beside Lamar Jackson in the gun. Michael Crabtree, the single receiver, split out left. Lamar's going to set up, drop back to pass. Is going to be a slant right over the middle.
That's a great low point throw by TCG. Knowing he didn't want to take the hit from the linebacker shifting over, he low points it. Easy first down.
Yeah, just in. It looks like we're going to have Ty Montgomery there. Just a bruised up knee. Just going to have to get some padding on it. Maybe tape it up a bit and we'll be good. So he'll be set to return this game. Hopefully it doesn't, progress into anything such as like a deep bone bruise or, anything that would cause him to
he's already back in the game. That's him in the gun right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He wants to play. He wants this win.
Yeah, it's playoff time. There's a difference between being hurt and injured, as they're going to actually hand it off to him there. He looked a little bit slow in that run.
Maybe like a little bit of it's kind of like a slow get off right there.
Yeah, hopefully he's not necessarily babying that injury. If he's hurt, he shouldn't be in there. They've got a plethora of running backs. You don't want to hurt your team by not being in there and not being 100%.
I wouldn't be surprised if TCG rotates his running backs in this situation.
Mm-hmm. For him here, he's got a couple options.
He's still in the game.
And Ty Montgomery's in there again. We saw Alex Khan making big plays in the run game. Gus Edwards, it looked like he's going to split some 3rd down carries.
Yeah, he has 4 running backs that can get carries.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure who the 4th string is. He's going to send some guys in motion here to maybe identify coverage here as Lamar's going to drop back to throw. He's going to roll it to his right. Going to dump it off there again. Michael Crabtree, first down, who's going to actually carry a couple guys with him, and that's going to be good.
Just a reliable old receiver.
Yeah, he's at this point.
Besides the time that he fumbled twice on one play, but he doesn't talk about that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That was years ago.
Yeah, he's a new man now in a Ravens uniform.
Yeah, as we're going to see Lamar Jackson going to line up, and Baltimore's going to come out actually in a double tight end set. Lamar Jackson under center, Michael Crabtree, the single receiver isolated there to the left.
Wow, he used the corner.
That's a touchdown there.
He thought it was going to be a run, and he brought the corner in a little bit. That's a great play call by TCG.
Yeah, and that just comes down to pre-snap awareness. You don't necessarily need to go up and,
I think he was trying to stop the slant more. Maybe he thought it was going to be a slant backside.
Well, Lamar can go
or
vertical.
A run.
It's not a long pass play. Playing that stuff, you gamble, and then you end up...
That's the kind of throws that Lamar will hit.
Mm-hmm. As we see, the fans are shouting "chew clock" for some reason. Almost like a Madden reference now.
Yeah, I think they're chanting it because people wanted to see the Super Bowl tonight, but it's getting kind of late for a Super Bowl to happen.
Some of these guys have different obligations tomorrow morning.
Like I have class at 11. I can't be playing games late. I'm an old man.
Yeah, for real.
Not like I stay up till 2 a.m. every day, anyways.
Yeah, well, we'll see what's doing here.
Getting back to the game, if Trev needs to score here.
Yeah, this is a must-score situation. He's going to try and set up the screen, and boom.
That's a great play call.
Stoned right there. Gain of
I think it was man, though, but it was a good play call. Try to get him in rhythm.
Yeah, now they're looking to go in a no-huddle now.
I mean, he still has 3 whole minutes, though.
Yeah. and it's going to be a dump off there to Jack Doyle. Like we said, he needed to get them tight ends involved more. Maybe if I was him, necessarily, I wouldn't be opposed to putting Eric Ebron in the slot in this situation where I'm down my wide receiver. I think Ebron's shown that he might be good.
No, Ebron like definitely in like a part when you need a like this 3rd and 2. He's definitely like a big body, reliable target that you could hit on a 3rd down.
Mm-hmm. I think he needs to be used more by this Indianapolis offense, and it's not necessarily they're not down all their weapons. Ryan Grant has showed he's made big plays. It's T.Y. Hilton that also needs to come up with
that was a bad throw.
As we say, he needed to target read. Eric Ebron. He just gets
DJ Mosley's over here making tons of plays.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to do because 3 and out.
And Trev's going for it. He's
you can't go for it here.
Yeah. Oh no, he pulled the line.
I don't think this is realistic.
It's not realistic at all.
Jeez. We're hearing cries of cheese.
Yeah, this is
not even in the Packers stadium.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Ooh, I think we got a false start. I think he was just trying to draw him off sides, but I wouldn't have fallen for that.
Or he heard us say it wasn't realistic.
Yeah. I understand you're down 3 scores, but it's still the second quarter. You still have an entire half to play.
Right, it's the second quarter and you're on your own 33.
Yeah.
Like you're basically giving up if you don't get it.
Yeah. If that happened in the regular season with like the Bills, I'd consider that tanking, That's lobby ball. That's lobby ball
tough
shit, That ain't what we're trying to go for here. As a face mask there, that doesn't mean you can go for it even if he scored every single drive. That doesn't mean you can go for it on the 30. That's like mutt shit.
I think if it was in the 3rd, it'd be different. But
yeah, if this was like the 3rd or maybe the 4th, you still have like two quarters and a 2-minute drill to go here. Come up with a stop and actually man up and play some defense. This Ravens offense is explosive. As they're going to come out in a double tight end set, as we're going to see some movement up front. And it looks like
he's really making sure
offsides
about this aggressive.
Yeah,
he's fake tyke. I feel like he's fake tyking on every play.
Yeah, typically I think it's better to be safe than sorry. You don't want to get that cheesy aggressive pass rush, insta sack.
Yeah, but is it worth 5 yards sometimes?
Yeah,
it depends which situations.
Mm-hmm. Here, Baltimore doesn't need to score. They just need to hold the ball in this situation. As
they get ball
off to Alex Collins, who's going to make a move, and he's going to break free there.
Back.
As he's going to go to the 10, 15, and he's actually going to fall down there, as that's going to be a holding on. Go for it here, there. He's not able to go for it there. That's like... Oh my gosh. On your own 33, that's not even no man's land, As we're going to see...
Flynn, take over my role real quick. I'm going to be going through the rule book real quick.
Yep.
All right.
Baltimore's going to come out in the double tight end set. Going to line it up. Just hand it off to Alex Collins. The machine rolling forward there, as it's going to send us into the 2-minute warning.
Solid gain. That could have been blown up for just blown up at the line, but we made a good move there to gain about 7 yards.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
So I'm going to talk about our fourth down rule real quick. Mm-hmm. As of now, obviously we're making changes in the offseason. It's first through 3 quarters, 4th and 3 or shorter, opponent side of the field or between the 45-yard line, and he was at the 33. Third quarter down by 17 or more. Fourth quarter, and losing by any amount. So technically, per the rules, he's not allowed to go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys should just read the rule book. I understand it's playoff time and you want to win, but That rule book is like our Bible.
See, that's what we're talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
There
you don't go for it because you give up the game, but you punt it and you don't give up the game, Trevor. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Come back, Trevor. Let's go. This is your shit, boy. That's why you don't go for it.
And that's gonna set up Indianapolis field goal there. An extra point attempt, and that's going to make the score 24-10 after a pick six there by Lamar Jackson. As much as the Colts were crying they couldn't stop them, and they almost lined up to go for it, that was preposterous. And then they go and they get a pick six, and that gives them momentum now. And if you're Baltimore, I think you've got to play it extremely safe now.
Is Flacco in? Nope.
No, as Lamar's still in the game. And they're going to line up in a double tight end set there in the wing positions, wide receivers also. And Lamar's going to drop back to pass. This time, a safe check down route there to Mark Andrews.
Yeah, I think the Ravens, they aren't going to throw anything. They're going to take too many risks here, but they're still going to try to get the field goal.
Yeah, I don't think they necessarily are going to try and force any big plays.
Oh my God! Picked off again! Oh my God!
Another! That's going to be another pick six.
Colts! What is going on? The Ravens are blowing a 3-score lead.
It's almost like the Ravens should have just needed out. Well, not needed out because ran it out. Because that's a 14-point swing. Wow. That quick.
This is incredible. As a pick six there is that makes it a one-score game. Baltimore still gets the ball, but they shouldn't have any. They don't want to have any turnovers anymore. As we just saw a 14-point swing there. As much as they want to talk about being aggressive, you just made two big plays. That swung the game. All the momentum is now on Indianapolis' side. Had you have not got it, everything would have been going the Ravens' way. So I think Ravens, they've got to just run the clock out here, or at least try and not have a turnover. Another turnover here would be incredible by the Colts defenses. Most people here are shocked as that's a huge play as Lamar's going to drop back to pass now, and that's going to be over the middle. Don't count them out yet. That's going to be a first down, moving the sticks there, John Brown.
Ravens still got all three timeouts.
Mm-hmm. That's a huge throw there by Lamar on the run as he's going to be in the gun, and they're going to look to, stress this Colts defense out a little bit, and they're going to drop back to throw over the middle. Deep, Willie Snead. That's going to be a huge bomb, 10-5 touchdown. Boom, just like that.
This is a wild game.
This now we're heating up. We had a snooze fest there for a little bit.
What's the highest scoring playoff game ever?
I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. Let's do some research.
Yeah, someone Google that.
Yeah, we're gonna need our stat
This
guy
could break
on
that.
one.
What's the most scored in the half in the playoffs?
Wow, that's a huge play there. If you thought the Indianapolis had any sort of momentum, Baltimore just came in and said, anything you can do, I can do better, as a Lamar Jackson lined up and threw a dime on the money over the middle there as kick return sets up the Colts for about the 30-yard line here.
Let's see if that defense kind of inspired this offense to get some points.
Yeah, but if you're Indianapolis's offense, you can't turn the ball over like you just saw the Ravens do here. This is still
they
very
have
tough
in all three
situation.
timeouts, so
Correct.
field goal
But
isn't out of the realm of
this
possibility.
Indianapolis
here.
offense has mustered up nothing the entire game, as they look like they're changing it around a bit. We're still going to see Brissett in the gun. They're just going to
I like that
and
play
Hines
call. Oh my God!
And Hines is going to burst forward there.
Already almost in field goal position.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't think even the Colts thought that was going to happen, but now
I kind of figured it'd go for a lot, but I did not think that.
it was a weak box, but I didn't think it was going to go that far.
Wait, never mind.
As we're going to see an empty set now for the Colts lined up there. They're going to split running back out wide. He's going to throw the the bubble screen out there, and that's going to be a big play there to Ryan Grant.
Yeah. If he gets points here, he's solid.
Yeah.
Just can't turn the ball over.
Can't turn the ball over.
Exactly.
Touchdown is a possibility.
Oh, a touchdown would be beautiful right here. Make it.
Yeah.
Make it a 7-point game.
As nothing had been going their way as soon as the defense got there.
He can make it a 1-score game.
Yeah, this is.
You just can't get greedy and make a wrong play here. Jack Doyle's there.
CJ Mosley.
He should have high pointed that throw.
Yeah, high pointing and low pointing is a lot of players underutilize it. Like I would say almost every player in our league underutilizes it. It's one of the best things you can do in this game.
Especially.
It's the only control you really have over the ball.
Oh, he had a man there. He missed him.
Looking to fire across to the left, and it's going to be out of bounds.
That was risky.
I don't know who that was. I think it was Jack Doyle. He was open for a while. Brissett just completely missed him. Colts have only rushed the ball 3 times this whole game.
As we're going to see it. Oh, wow. Another incomplete pass there.
Oh, this defense is flying all over the place.
Even getting 3 points here is a win for the Indianapolis offense. This kick's going to be up and good there, 31-20. Now Baltimore simply probably content just to run it out and take the ball into halftime with an 11-point lead after you blew something like that.
This game went from a blowout to Trev could basically win the game. Well, not win the game, but make it a game. And he already did. In what? Was that 2 back-to-back picks in what? 2 plays or 3 plays? Probably 3
plays, I think.
Maybe 3 or 4. That's a huge 14-point turnaround. I'll look it up, actually. All right, the most points ever scored in an NFL playoff game was 51-45, and the Packers lost. Wait, I don't know if they lost to the Cardinals in the 96 points. So we're over halfway there.
As our halftime commentary looks to be, the question was posed: who is more athletic in high school, Milkman or Fallen? And I think it's got to be myself, but that's a question for another day.
No question. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see what's doing. As Baltimore's now going to get the ball up on their own 25-yard line after that touchback.
This is where Trev turns up and gets a stop. Calling it. I'm going to be like Tony Romo in the booth calling all the plays.
Yeah. So Baltimore going to line up in that double tight end set, one receiver split out to the left and right. Lamar Jackson going to drop back to pass. Looking fired. Check down, actually. A juke move there. Another move by Mark Andrews, who's going to break another tackle.
He draws the face mask.
And it looks like that's going to be a huge play there.
Yeah, that's probably the worst face mask animation in the game.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I mean,
when they throw him to the ground.
Mm-hmm. You got to think, guys are taught, to tackle a certain way, but when you get in the game, things just change. As I'm sure, you never want to grab a guy by their face mask for injury reasons, but certainly not what you want if you're the Indianapolis defense here. As Lamar Jackson's going to drop back the pass, and that's going to be fired over the middle. Michael Crabtree again moving the sticks.
Lamar, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in the first half. That's wild.
Better hope they don't get 5, or actually that might be 5 interceptions, but maybe
Yeah, I
that'd
think.
be a good thing.
But isn't that more of like a if you're getting blown out rule?
Yeah,
Not if it's a close game.
I'd say so. It depends
Especially in
on
the
how you
playoffs.
interpret the rule book.
That's how I always
So,
took it. Like if it was close game in the playoffs.
yeah, Lamar Jackson's going to drop back the pass, and they set up that screen beautifully as Tom Montgomery's going to be one-on-one and
Can't make him miss.
pushed out of bounds there. Good for a gain of about 20. And
I thought he was gonna almost slow down a little bit for that block to catch up, but you just try to run up and make the move.
A step back wouldn't necessarily be a bad move in that situation either. You've got guys heavily pursuing you on the side.
Let's see if this cornerback blitz can get in off the right side of your
Think
screen.
they're blitzing there? Well, yeah, you can see the cornerbacks actually lined up on the, not even manned up on the guy as Lamar's going to step back to throw.
Oh, he's got the screen.
And that's going to be, looked like.
Is that a face mask?
Ooh.
Oh, unnecessary roughness.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't around there to see the end of that play, but.
Well, because it's called roughing the passer in Madden, right?
Yeah.
So what's unnecessary roughness?
Hitting him as he's going out of bounds, maybe?
Probably, something like that.
But he wasn't even out of bounds.
I'm not quite too sure what was doing there. But nonetheless, that sets up the Ravens for first and goal at the 3, as they're going to come out in that bunch set to the right. Baltimore looking to really cash in here with a touchdown. This is going to be a toss right, and he's going to be stopped there. Or actually, no, loss of about 1 on that play. Indianapolis not necessarily going with a conventional goal line style of defense, but neither is Baltimore here. And in the chat, we've got Instant and Milkman saying no one would beat them on a 2-on-2 BFGO pickup.
Yeah, that's all I got to say. No one in this league, 2-on-2, me and Milkman, no one could beat us. Milkman's like, what, 6'8"?
He's like 6'7".
And so he's getting all my boards. I can shoot a little bit. I practice every week on a Division I basketball team, so that's all I got to say. Someone put some bread on it. Meet us.
We're going to have delay of game, I believe.
I think it was a false start.
Oh, false start?
Yeah, it was a false start. Yeah. He tried to draw him off sides.
And that's going to set Baltimore up in the gun as Lamar Jackson's going to be in the gun, sending a receiver in motion there. They're going to have Ty Montgomery in the backfield on the left, tight end, also the left 2 receivers split out right. Indianapolis going to counter with their nickel defenses. It's going to be handed off to Ty Montgomery, who's going to fall forward there for a gain of about 1.
I think if he didn't juke, he might have been able to get in easier.
He trucked, he might have gotten in, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Indianapolis almost has a goal line stand.
Yeah, this is a huge play to make it a 14-point game instead of 18. Because 18, that's actually a weird scoreline.
You go for it if you're Baltimore and you don't get it here?
Yeah,
I would. No matter what, it's a 2-score game.
Yeah, and if they stop you at the 1, how are they going to score on that? As Baltimore is changing some plays up here. Lamar Jackson's going to make an audible. It's actually going to be a toss play out wide. They're going to have one-on-one. Oh, a shifty juke move.
What a move.
Wow. Good play there by Gus Edwards. And that's gonna set up a 38-20 score. This is sort of looking a little bit more reminiscent of what we saw before Baltimore's offense kind of imploded on the game.
Now we need the Colts.
Yeah.
Well, not we need. The Colts need to go down and get points.
Yeah, in any way, shape, or form, a kick return here would be huge for him.
Oh, they get a kick return for a touchdown?
That would stop some momentum.
That would definitely stop momentum.
Yeah. Here you going to sort of stop the momentum. Actually, going to be just as we had said that, it looked like he had a hole, but just barely clipped up there at the 35.
I would say there's no way we just called it.
Wished it into existence.
Yeah. So if you're Baltimore here, you don't necessarily need to keep going around and chucking the ball around the field. You can try and keep making those big plays, but eventually, like we had shown before, you go 3 and out. And then watch T.Y. Hilton in the slot here.
I do like this play call, though.
Yeah, says they're going to.
He's got the out routes. He's got both of them, but he's going with the deep ball instead.
And that's just going to be way overthrown there. Like
He did not have to take the deep shot there.
yeah, just as we had said, you don't need to force the ball all the way down the field. That's not Jacoby Brissett's strength as a passer. Even with Andrew Luck, you don't necessarily want to be chucking the ball all the way down the field in this situation. You don't want to go 3 and out here, as this game would get out of hand very, very quickly, as if not already. As they're going to send Pascal in motion there. Brett's going to drop back to pass. There you go, dumping off to the flats. That's just as good. You know, you set down 3rd and manageable. It's going to be about 3rd and 3 here. Get the offense in rhythm and
Ryan Grant's having a day.
Yeah, he stepped up.
Yeah, stepping up in Deion Kane's absence.
No, coming into the season, no one had thought Deion Kane would have had that year that he had, being the leading receiver in the NFL as being a 6th or 7th round draft pick. No one thought that's what it would be, and he ended up having video game like numbers in a way. As
did they give it to him?
Out to Hines, and no, that's going to be 4th inches. Now this
weird animation here. He might have gotten it.
Be a situation
no, he didn't get it.
Go for it as they're going to hand it off to Hines there.
A huge hole.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you want.
Ooh.
That'll get you feeling good about yourself and like you can win this game. Huge play.
It's a good call for the hurry up there. That was a really favorable run look.
Yeah. He had a matchup there, and he took it. As now Hines is in the backfield, and he's huffing and puffing, and he's going to actually catch the pass there and break a tackle. Look to rotate them backs out there, and now he's going to spam no huddle, I guess, and Hines is huffing and puffing. That reminds me of the game he gave a 3rd string running back 40 carries in a game. You should have seen that poor guy. Anytime he got injured, they just audible to a pass play. But I think rotating your backs would do some wonder. You don't want to leave a overworked back in there for something like.
And that running back went to work. I'm surprised he doesn't get more carries.
Exactly.
I believe he's the leading rusher.
Yeah, he's like a Tariq Cohen type. Now he had gotten injured. He'd missed some time with that.
I think Wilkins is kind of slow though, isn't he? Like. Not like slow, like he has good acceleration, but like top speed.
Yeah, Marlon Mack's, a very versatile guy too. If anything, he's a guy you can give 15 carries to at least. Mix in the other guys in there for a couple more.
Is one of them hurt?
No.
Because I'm surprised Mack doesn't get more carries either.
No.
Like going with Hines, I think Hines is a really good back, but I think Marlon Mack can do some work too.
Oh wow, that's a neat logo there. That Outcast put in the chat. As we're going to see Jacoby Brissett drop back to throw. He's going to fire looking, and the Baltimore defense is going to come up with a strip sack.
That could have been bad.
Going to fall on him. You get that animation there by just trying to throw the ball way too late, trying to force the pass. Sometimes it's better just to eat the sack as rather suffer with Madden. As now we've got Brissett in the gun. And he's going to try and convert this 3rd and very long double sticks type, as he's going to send Jack Doyle in motion there. He's going to get now going to make some more plays as he's going to go vertical actually with Jack Doyle, and it's going to be intercepted. Wow, that's completely underthrown. Poor timing there, and that's going to be picked off by Jimmy Smith.
I think he is really missing Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Like, I know that play, he didn't miss it, but you've seen Andrew Luck make a lot of throws that Brissett has missed in this game. Brissett hasn't played terrible, but you can tell he's missing him.
Mm-hmm. Some of those throws, Andrew Luck might make a couple here and there, but your entire game plan, it just sort of goes out of the whack. I had that problem when Russell Wilson got hurt. It's tough to play from that deep downgrade, as we're going to see a huge pass play there. And he tried to switch on. Yeah, he actually switched, and that showed. That showed there, and that's going to be 45.
Hey, Jerron Brown's going to work, or is that John Brown?
John Brown. Jerron Brown's on the Seahawks.
Oh yeah. So it's John Brown, whichever Brown that is. Yeah. He's having a playoff run.
Yeah, that kick's going to be up and good, and the route's coming on now. That's going to be a huge 67-yard touchdown there. When you switch, sometimes you get in a bad spot. He probably more than likely trying to rush the quarterback there. Just didn't get it in time, and plays like that are going to happen. It reminds me of actually the Minnesota Miracle. I'm sure you all remember that play from a couple couple years ago.
A little bit of a different scenario, but
yeah,
same kind of miss.
Yeah. Is now we've got you're down 3 scores at this point. As Brissett's going to drop back to throw, he's going to have a guy open, and that's going to be a touchdown to Hines. Wow, big play there by
He didn't get pressed because it looked like the defense were trying to sprint to the other side right when he looked like he base aligned or something and caught him off guard.
Yeah, it's just as people were calling for chew clock, Indianapolis goes right down and scores. As their kick's going to be up and good.
Little side note, how do I save this thing that drifts at me?
If you're on your PC, you could use your... No, actually...
I'll just do it on my phone.
Oh, there you go.
It's easier.
I was going to say, I would maybe snipping tool it or pull it into the DM and then get a nicer background that way. But... If you're Baltimore, I think you're totally content with just running it out. Chewing... If you could chew this entire third quarter here and break into the fourth... That's a win here, especially you're still up by, 18 points, which is still 3 scores. So they're just going to hand it off here to Gus Edwards. That's going to be good for first down. Oh, never mind. He's going to break forward there, and he's going to run out of bounds. We'll see what the play is there, and it's going to be holding against the Baltimore center, Matt Skurd, there on a simple power play. Power's an interesting run there. It can really stress your defense out. Basically, you have your entire the offensive line down blocking. It's a simple kick out play for your fullback there and wrap around by the guard. And you see there, it's very good because you basically outnumber them at the point of attack and try and get more bodies out there. As we're going to see Baltimore line up in the triple tight end set now. And Indianapolis decides to pinch their defensive line and leaving... the E and
that was smart to just put it back at the last second. Kind of gives a different look. I just noticed Flynn has us deafened. I wonder, he's probably beating his meat to our voices on the podcast.
Yeah, more than likely.
It's just us now, Fallen, and people say that we're gay in love, so...
Oh, wow. Whatever. All I gotta say is...
I'm not opposed, if what?
What? All I gotta say is there's a reason I got real good at Madden within the past month. That's all I gotta say. As we're going to have a jailbreak screen there, and it's good for about 7, just a simple conservative route there. As 3rd and 13, if you're Baltimore, what do you run in this situation here?
3rd and 13, I just don't want another pick 6, to be honest. I might something conservative, at least have a check down on the play, like a drag, running back out of the backfield.
Run it here.
Maybe a screen. I mean, he just ran a screen. It's tough. I just don't want to turn the ball over. Maybe like a deep in with a check down.
See,
especially now.
And now
I probably just run the ball now.
As that sets up 3rd and 18 now. And that's not good. As the Ravens are going to come out and they gone again. Ty Montgomery to the left. Michael Crabtree, the only receiver, split out left. Tight end wide receiver split out right. Lamar Jackson going to drop back, and he's actually going to set up the screen.
That's dangerous.
Be, batted down at the line of scrimmage. As we're going to see a punt here. Is this the first punt of the game for Baltimore?
Yeah, because the only time he's punted, I guess, would be the pick 6s or the interceptions.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be actually T.Y. Hilton.
He has great field position because quick score here, back in the game.
Yeah, that makes things interesting, but you don't want another pick in this situation.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would say it's almost a touchdown. No, you get a field goal because his defense, like I said, his defense isn't playing bad. He's just giving up 2 big plays and one was just a bad decision on his part to use the corner and shift him in.
As we say, it's going to hand off to Marlon Mack. They're going to pull both the guards on that play, and they're not able to set up the block on the edge. And that's going to be
those plays in Madden are really either big hit or a loss. It's never a little bit of a gain. It's just depends if the guard is getting spot or in their spot.
Oh man!
Even though in real life most run plays have pulling guards that work, but Madden.
As we're gonna have an inside zone there to Naeem Hines, who's gonna be swallowed up there.
I like that call.
Defense.
Because last time he ran it on a 3rd and long or 2nd and long, he got a huge gain of like 40 yards. It's just not good blocking this time. Not a bad call.
If you're Indianapolis, this is still a manageable down. Not necessarily what you want, as they're going to come out and actually hand it off there. Not sure what they're thinking. Maybe trying to catch him off guard there?
I think he was trying to do the same thing that I just said. Yeah, catch him off guard, maybe get 5 or 6, and then have 4th and 4, 4th and 5, easier 4th down conversion.
Playing a little bit conservative. You're still in the game if you're Indianapolis. They're not out of it.
I don't hate the run there. I just don't like 3 back-to-back runs.
As they're going to actually go for it
here at all.
And we're going to see what they've got up their sleeve now. Look for a Brissett scramble. Should guys get tied up, I'm sure he's more than happy to run it. And that's going to be
T.Y. in the slot.
Over the middle of T.Y. Hilton there.
I see he used my recommendation of putting T.Y. in the slot.
Yeah, and it's tough because he gets good matchups as they're going to start no huddling now. And
I don't hate no huddling right here.
Yeah, they're going to go to a
kind of got to score quick.
Wide set. Yeah. At this point, the clock is not your friend as Brissett's going to drop back to pass. It's going to be
he had T.Y.
Yeah, he's just trying to force it down the field. That's not you don't want to throw it in triple coverage there, but I mean if that's a Trevor throw if I've ever seen one. I think you like it though if you're Trevor because Baltimore's called out in a dollar defense. They had only had 3 down linemen and 1 linebacker on the field. If anything, maybe they should have ran it there, but spread them out to run it. As now they're coming out in a double tight end set there. We got Ryan Grant to the right, T.Y. Hilton to the left.
Yeah, I really like that out route on the left.
He's going to drop back to pass.
Wow, he jumped it.
Batted.
Wow, I would have thrown that too. That's not on Trev. Yeah. I would have thrown that too.
It's a good play in that situation, especially.
That's just a great play by Jimmy Smith. Yep. Jimmy Smith just jumped that.
It's a great play by a very underrated corner now there for Baltimore. It seems like he's been around the league for a couple of years. He's just a playmaker.
He's been around for a while. I feel like. He's still kind of young though, right? He's 28, I think.
He's still got a couple more years going in the prime. His deal is that we're going to see Brissett drop back to pass again. He's going to fire over the middle, and that's going to be swatted away. Incomplete. Huge play there. Not quite sure who was able to get their hands on it, but that'll set up a field goal attempt here for Indianapolis.
Yeah, this is a smart field goal. Make it a 2-score game. Get a stop. No need to rush.
Kick's gonna be.
You still have a whole quarter, and TCU threw back-to-back pick 6.
Yeah, up and good.
Just dropped a water bottle.
So that'll set up a 45-30 game here. If you had drawn this one up, if you told me before that both these offenses are going to be this explosive, I'd have said you're crazy. I'd have taken a low-scoring game here with Baltimore.
Yeah, I would have taken definitely low scoring.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say low scoring, but 30s.
Maybe we've all been sleeping on that Indianapolis offense. Maybe they're not just dependent on Deion Kane.
We're at 75, and the highest scoring is 96. So we need 20 more points.
It's certainly possible. We've got a whole nother quarter left. We've seen a couple one-play touchdowns. Nothing like a YouTube video can't fix, but we'll see. As we're going to see Lamar Jackson now in the gun. He's going to have Ty Montgomery to the left of him. Indianapolis is countering with their nickel defense. And they're going to fake snap it again. It's going to be a read option. And
bad read by Lamar.
Yeah, yep. Jabal Sheard right there to plant him in the backfield for a 2-yard loss.
Bro, where are the hearts and the emoji thing? Can't find them. There we go. Had to talk to my other boyfriend, Milky.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Milky be all over me. Milky be like, DLO corrupt, Fallen hates me, but he only be mentioning my name, though. As we're going to see Lamar rolling out. He's going to hit the guy on a slip slant, and that's going to be Michael Crabtree there. he's gonna break a tackle or two and run for about 23 yards on that play.
That's just Lamar being Lamar again, rolling out. That's what kind of sucks playing Lamar. You gotta choose the spy or rush 4.
I think it's almost an automatic spy because you always have the you always have the advantage of being able to send your designated spy once he breaks the tackle box. But
even if he's still in the tackle box, you could send him.
Mm-hmm.
But
necessarily, I don't think contains the correct option to use.
No, contains, especially in Madden, don't work right.
Trash.
They just sit there.
As he's actually going to motion Ty Montgomery out, and we're going to have an empty set for Lamar Jackson here. As he's going to make a play or two, and it's going to be...
It's a good throwaway. If that was on target, that could have been pick.
Yep. And we've got some rumors stirring up in the chat. Milkman's not happy, but there's a reason I'm in the booth and he's sitting there in pleb talk. So we'll see.
What did you even say about him? Wasn't I the one that said he was my boyfriend?
Yeah.
I think he's attacking the wrong person.
Yeah. It's Milky. There's a reason he's got his own show for this stuff. As we're going to send John Brown in motion there. It's going to be a handoff there to Alex Collins, as we had not seen a couple runs there for a while, and he's going to hammer out 3 yards. Tick, tick. They've already moved. They're looking to chip off 2 more minutes here in the fourth, as they're almost at about the 50-yard stripe. Anything more than this, you can get a good punt should you not get the first down. Or
this is
a long tackle by Mr. Automatic.
Yeah, I don't know if he could hit it from if he's... Because I think the wind's again... Oh, no, the quarter just ended. So I think the wind's with him, actually. But still, this would be a far kick if he didn't get any yards.
Yeah, as we'll see what they come up with here, as we're going to see Lamar Jackson drop back to throw. Looking, firing deep.
One-on-one coverage.
Chuck it huge, and it's going to be caught.
Jaron Brown again.
Wow, another huge play, 47-yard bomb. They said this guy had to get paid. He had to play big in the playoffs, and maybe he was just underutilized all year because in the playoffs,
maybe he just didn't know about him because
up 5 or 7.
I think this is probably was it 200 yards or no?
I think it was close to a 200-yard performance. Now he's got a buck
because he had 200 yards last game, I think.
Watch the slant concept here if you're Baltimore, as we see. Nope, he's going to be handed off to Collins there, and that's going to be stuffed. Great defense there on the goal line.
Trevor's defense has been here all game. It's just been just one-on-one coverage wins by John Brown, a big run, and then field position.
He's definitely playing better than expected, but Baltimore hasn't played up to as what we had thought too. They had thrown 2, incredible interceptions. But
he's scoring.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
kind of combating the bad mistakes at least.
I'm not sure what the spread on this game was, but. Hopefully they'll be able to get it here, as we're going to see more in the gun again. Ty Montgomery to his left, making a couple adjustments here. He's going to make another one. He's going to drop back to throw. He's going to be looking, having all the time in the world. He's actually going to break the pocket, scramble right, break a tackle, and actually be sacked on the play there.
That was a scary strip sack animation I thought was coming.
Well, good quarterback doesn't try and force it there. Had he tried to throw it, we might have seen a fumble going the other way. But nonetheless, that'll set up 3rd and goal on the 11, as that makes things very interesting now for this Baltimore offense. They're going to come out in that signature bunch formation that the Ravens love. Can cause so many different mismatches and outnumber you with all those guys tight in the line of scrimmage there. Ty Montgomery again, look for him out of the backfield. He's off to the left. They're going to send Lamar Jackson back to throw. And it's going to be scrambling there, and he's going to keep just trying to find time. Running around.
Better throw it away.
And
wait, what? Wait. Whoa.
Did he throw
What
it?
Was that?
I'm not quite sure what happened there. But
maybe he was trying to throw it away and then he hit the ball out of his hands, I guess.
I'm not quite sure.
I feel bad for Trevor right there.
Yeah.
That should have at least been a sack.
Yeah, but
if not a fumble.
That sounds like a fuck EA award. Sorry to say that on chat, but that's the definition of what in the hell was Madden doing?
I've seen that animation one time before, and that's a terrible animation to get. Because even if he would have got a sack there, it's a harder field goal, even though he probably still... It's Justin Tucker, but...
Yep. And that's going to put the Baltimore up 48 to 30. With an 18-point lead here, you're still down 3 scores. At this point, it's probably no huddle mode straight for Indianapolis.
100%.
This is not the situation you want to be put in with Brissett, and they're gonna dump it off to T.Y. Hilton there. That's a gain of a first down. Just getting the sticks moving. This is not the situation you want to be in. That Brissett's gonna have to throw you back in this game, as they're gonna make a couple moves there. Watch for Hines out there, split out left. He's gonna be a mismatch, and he's gonna.
T.Y. has a step,
and it's.
Or is that? That is Hines
again.
For some reason I said T.Y., but yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big play there by Baltimore, as they're gonna look to stick in their 5 wide receiver set now, as it looks like Baltimore mismatch, and it's gonna be a draw play there by Brissett, who's gonna run forward for a first down. That's good. And now Indianapolis is down at the 15. They're right in scoring distance again. Sorry, that was not good enough for a first down. They're actually going to mark them inches short there. And if you're Baltimore, this is something you want to try and force some sort of turnover or a sack here. It'd be huge.
This is a great play call.
Oh
my God!
Who's just going to get pinned up on the lineman there, and he's
at least he fought.
At least he fought. Very good fight down there to the 6, as it's still no
huddle. You got to watch out for a fumble.
Here. Yeah, as
they're gonna be tired.
The inside zone handoff there to Mack, who's going to get swallowed up. Neither of these teams have had any luck running the ball in the goal line.
Yeah, the goal line.
That's something you want to look out for here. Should we come down to something closer, but time is still dripping away. There's only 7 minutes remaining in this game. You only have so many opportunities to score, and if you're Indianapolis, you're gonna have to score in every single one of them. While as Baltimore's still gonna have to take the time off, as it's gonna be a read option there at Brissett, and he's gonna get.
Looks like it's gonna be a holding too.
Wow, that's a backbreaker there. That hurts. It was a poor read, and Baltimore certainly swallowed up Brissett on that one.
Drift is just coming out with some fire today on the. If you need a Discord picture,
that's pretty dope. As it's gonna be incomplete there by C.J. Mosley.
That was kind of a weird read. I think he expected him to cut a little sooner.
Oh, that's not quite what we want there. As so it's up 3rd and long here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and about 15 to score, as Brissett's going to drop back in the gun. He's going to dump off the flats there to Hines. He's going to try and make a spin move, but he's wrapped up quickly. And that's actually going to set him up at the 11. Nyheim Hines, he's got 100 yards receiving now. You think, how does Deion Kane break 1,500 yards when they've got a receiving back that can go for 100 any game? Nyheim Hines is very underutilized, but
it's definitely he's caught 2 huge passes out of the slot, basically for all his yards, I think, right?
Yeah.
He had like a 50-yard touchdown and like a 30-yard reception. Then he had that like 2 screens. That's basically all
watch
his yards.
The TY slant here, and he's just trying to spam the fake snap, and that's going to be nothing but false starts. If you're here, I think even going for it isn't necessarily a problem.
No, I'd probably kick it here in this situation.
I think you take your points, for
make it a 2-score game at least, because if he scores on the next drive, the game's basically over. But if he gets a stop, at least he has a point and he can make it a 1-score game.
Mm-hmm. So Baltimore could come out and implode again. I wouldn't put my money on Baltimore throwing a pick in this situation. He's going to do everything to get it out of that wide receiver's hands that's playing quarterback. So we've got Ty Montgomery now to receive the kick. He's going to cut up the middle there. He's got a wide open hole, and it's going to be to break a tackle there, but going to be brought down awkwardly. It looks like it's going to be actually a block in the back there for Baltimore, and that's gonna send him back 10 yards, making that. It looked like
1st and 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Did my math weird.
As Baltimore's going to come out a 3 tight end set. Michael Crabtree, the single receiver out there to the left. Gus Edwards behind him in the gun, just going to run a simple power concept, lower his shoulder, and fight forward for about 2. So that was an interesting look that Indianapolis decided to counter the 3 tight end set with. They went with a 3-3 overlook. Well, as your number wise, you're outmanning them there, and especially with your pulling guard, even if you're not bringing a fullback in.
Yeah, 3 tight end look is I would say it's one of the hardest kind of formations to stop, because if they run towards the weak side, it's basically one-on-one and everywhere. Mm-hmm. And if you run to the power side, they obviously have those 3 tight ends blocking. So it's definitely a hard formation to stop. So I like him giving just different looks at that to try to combat it.
And actually, Lamar's going to drop back to pass. He's got all time in the world. He could build.
He got all day.
Oh, and it's going to be
it's
complete there to the tight end, I think. Was it James Hurst?
He had Trev just running around. His dude was fucking tired because all those playmakers, bro. Dude got playmaker up, down, left, right.
I mean, you're only rushing 2 or 3 in that situation.
Yeah, I think he had one spy, and then they just couldn't get off the line, bro.
That's tough.
That was... He was just sitting back there just chilling the whole... Like, sooner or later, someone's going to break open, unless Trev usered it.
Yeah, and this is just, Baltimore has no urgency whatsoever here. They're going to send a tight end in motion, and Alex Collins, the bell cow of sorts, he's going to only get about a yard, maybe no gain on the play. We saw in the first quarter he had come out just hammering folks, and no one could really tackle him, it seemed like. But now they started slowing down, and Indianapolis made a huge play there in the run game.
Yep. It's basically... Indianapolis offense really hasn't been able to do much, and the Ravens offense is just capitalizing off field position.
Mm-hmm. As we're
basically name of the game.
I think it was a false start. Yeah, it's going to be a false start there. I believe by Marshall Yanda, if
he can force a stop here, get a quick score. He still has his 3 timeouts, but he just can't use any timeouts.
Mm-hmm. That'll set up 2nd and 15 now, as we're going to see Lamar Jackson under center again. It wouldn't surprise us all if this was simply just a quick handoff here. Get the ball out of his hands. It's going to be a dive play. And Alex Collins is going to make a juke move. And as we said before, he's the closer, baby. Pay that man. That's a touchdown. 45 yards for a touchdown.
And what a juke.
Oh, he hit him with a quick whip on that play. I guess that's what the kids call
that mad whip. Alex Collins he hasn't been tackled on first contact, really.
Yeah, he's running. Besides, he's traditionally
his juke move this game. I think he's juked every single player he's attempted to juke in this game, which is wild.
Yeah, as we'd normally thought of Alex Collins as that bruising back, when he's been 1-on-1. He's made the guy miss rather than just simply lowering his shoulder as we had thought.
So we're at 85 points. If they score a touchdown and then a field goal, they both need to score one more touchdown.
Mm-hmm. As Brissett's going to drop back the pass, and he's going to run up, and it's going to be complete there to Ryan Grant.
Yeah, that's a nice throw. Ryan Grant's making plays.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a trade target for some of those wide receiver needy teams. They can make this the 2nd highest game. Whoa!
Apologize for stepping away for a minute.
For a minute, the game's almost over, but
right
as it's going to be incomplete, intercepted there by Eric Weddle. That's got to be a chew clock. Wow, that pretty much would bury the Indianapolis Super Bowl chances alive. That's.
I gotta give it to him though. As underdogs, he made a run.
Yeah, he played very, very well.
Played TCG very tough. One of the toughest games he probably had all season. Mm-hmm. I don't think it looks that way in the score right now, but this was definitely a tough game.
Mm-hmm. For a guy that went 15-1, you're making him work and giving him a game as it's going to be a handoff there for a loss of about 1.
Yep.
As Gus Edwards has an awkward stat line there, 5 rushes for 1 yard and 1 touchdown.
Yeah. His goal line back is working. Mm-hmm.
having three backs also is very helpful in a sense that you don't need to necessarily worry about injuries because you've got so many of them. Should one go down, you just kind of adjust their snap counts accordingly. But there's that age-old saying: if you have three, you actually don't have none. You have none. So both teams.
Yeah, running backs in Madden are just kind of you can just pick one, run with them.
Yeah,
you don't need a high overall back usually.
I'd say this is going to be a very solid Super Bowl now that we're forecasting into it as we say that. Actually, as I say that, Chris Wormley's going to have a dislocated shoulder on that play. Hopefully he'll be healthy there for the Super Bowl. Both teams are going to be mostly healthy in a way. Where Baltimore survived this game without many injuries. And that'll be a tough game there for the Bears user.
Yeah. I'm very excited for the matchup, actually. Me and TCG have tons and tons of good games. We haven't played in this league yet. And two very good defenses going against each other with two lower overall
mid-tier quarterbacks. Mid-tier quarterbacks in a sense. But we all know what happened last time in the Super Bowl.
That's the thing. I'm undefeated. He has one loss, and going undefeated in a football year, almost impossible. So I would say almost TCG's the favorite. To be honest,
see. I mean, you've got both two strong defensive fronts, and actually going to be a rare hurdle there by Ty Montgomery.
Yeah, yeah. I just think all I gotta say is I hope it's a good game. I don't want a blowout on either side. Like I don't want to blow him out. I know he probably doesn't want to blow me out. Those games are boring.
Yeah, I mean it's a very, very competitive field goal. But what about we've had some really good playoff teams playoff games as a whole. Most of them have been pretty close, neck and neck down to the wire here. It's just they haven't been
above average playoffs.
Yeah, definitely strong showing out of all the playoffs. But I think previewing the next year, not to overlook the Super Bowl. I think the playoff races are going to be very tight here. We've got a lot of users that are, they've got a whole. They've got a whole year's worth of building on their team. They've got a whole season under their belt. Things will go a lot smoother. And I think overall we're going to be a very, very competitive league. As it's shown before, anyone can beat any team. Any given Sunday. That's why you still go out and play the game, as it's going to be caught there by Hines. That looked like an aggressive.
I don't think it was a switch.
But oh well. Let's move on, and we're actually going to pause it here. What's it doing here?
No, that was a switch. I just watched it back. It was a switch.
Doesn't matter at this point, honestly.
Just play the game. Or punt. Yeah, just punt.
I mean,
it doesn't matter. At this point, he's just getting garbage time stats. If Deion Kane was in, he'd be catching 15 slant passes to get.
We have a lot of good games, like the Saints Cards game week 1. That was a good game. I would say me and Saints the next week was a good game. I would say almost every single game was at least only a 2-score game, besides this one.
Yeah, but the AFC playoff race was barred by injuries.
Oh, definitely. The Steelers missing Big Ben. Now Colts missing Luck.
And even Baltimore, they had their quarterback go down for a while.
Yeah, but their situation's a little different. The better throwing quarterback was able to play, which I would almost say TCG might be better with him on offense.
Yeah, I mean, come Super Bowl time, Lamar Jackson adds a weapon that Joe Flacco doesn't.
That's very true. Having someone that has to spy almost every single day, that's a huge plus.
And all it takes is a scramble for 20, 30 yards to get someone out of rhythm, and that's that can mess.
I mean, Smith is jumping everything.
Wow. He's going to be 3rd and goal here, as this is just a pointless game, as he's just trying to get the score close to cover the spread, I think.
Yeah, maybe he has some bettors on his side. Trying to tell him to score real quick so they cover that spread.
Well, nonetheless, here going into it, we've had this game has actually surprisingly took an hour and a half.
Yeah, this was a long game.
Yeah,
lots of throwing,
instant scores, and all the passing. I mean, 12 rushes to 38 passes.
I mean, I don't blame him. He's been down the entire.
Yeah,
but
that
it's just
ratio speaks for itself, though. That's not where you want to put
Jacoby
yourself in.
Brissett covering the spread.
Wow. There you go. Maybe trying to ship that backup quarterback off for some picks, getting a little XP bonus right there. As they're going to line up here for the 2-point conversion here to make it a 14-point game. With a successful attempt, so it's going to drop back.
Hey, that's Ebron's first catch?
Wow.
If he had all his time, oh no, there's like 18 seconds left. I thought it was like a minute. I was going to say,
Nope. This here is just simply probably a kick and just knee it out here by Baltimore. Overall, it's been a good game. If you're Trevor, you can't be mad about this one. You showed you've competed with a top-level player, just as you'd come off a big upset win over the Pats, and not just an upset win, but pretty
and
convincing.
this is without Andrew Luck too, a quarterback.
Yeah. Hey, if
That's
you're Trevor,
feel,
congrats on a very, very good season.
I mean, obviously it sucks to lose. Like, everyone has to lose at some point in the playoffs, unless you win the entire thing, I guess. But you can't be upset. A lot of people predicted you to lose. Called out. Meant a lot of games. Some controversy with if Bill Belichick was a little intoxicated, but that's for a different day.
He's running field goal block here. That's interesting, but
he wants the fumble. Oh, he's letting Joe Flacco knee it out. What a class act by the coach. Wow.
Great call there by coach.
Yeah, give Flacco a little love.
Mm-hmm. So after that knee out, it looks like we're gonna have Baltimore and Chicago in the Super Bowl. Two defensive-heavy teams with mid-tier quarterbacks. That should be a good one.
I hope so.
Hopefully that'll be on there. Hopefully tomorrow
before
night.
There's 1,000 passing yards in the game.
I'm thinking the score's under 50 combined. I think it's that close. Yeah, I think it'll be a close one.
I can see that. Two really good defenses, players that usually don't make mistakes. I was kind of surprised he threw back-to-back interceptions. Whoever just advanced, do you want to take pictures of the Pro Bowl rosters? Unless.
Oh yeah. I'll stop the stream here and we'll go take care of that. So thanks for tuning in, guys.